What's up, guys? I want to try something different here. So, I want to help Apex Rush players because I'll show you that I mean, I've gotten Apex like Langrisser for 2 seasons now. I like to believe I know what I'm doing. I've been playing Apex for a long time until I figured out exactly what I'm good at. So I'm very impatient and I like to go for the kill. Okay. And there are ways to do that. And there are heroes to do that. And I want to talk about that, okay? I'll show you guys what I'm playing here. This is going to be, troops training, but I want to go more on the PvP aspect. Oh my god, really? Get the fuck out of here. My fearless leader. Okay, so that's my box. Very rush oriented. He's cavalry. Experimental. Elwin's experimental. They could get switched in and out, right? But as you see, 4 healers, and I don't use tanks. I just go. It's like I'm playing chess, right? That's how I play. I just position and I go in for the attack. Usually on turn 1 or 2. So I want to talk about troops, okay? So this guide is for beginners and for more advanced people too, especially for Apex. And the troops here, okay, so these buffs here, these nodes, they're pretty self-explanatory. Like, you should get them, right? You should absolutely get them. If you're new, if you need to pick one troop type to train, go all in on Holy, okay? Because Holy's so good. You get mages, you get sorceresses, so you would probably want to start off with. I'll get to everybody, right? So I'll start off here. So the thing about bishops is that it's Licorice's best troop for DPS. Helps her do the most amount of DPS. For everybody else, they get better units. They get the fucking forest mages or whatever. So it's a good starter. It's not a good starter. It's a good endgame troop for PvP. You can get it at the beginning. It's gonna help your dudes, but I would not go for it. I would go for Shrine Maidens. Zealots are alright. I use Zealots sometimes on Emilia, on Yulia. I don't play these guys actually. I have Oldius, I don't really play him. Like Shiki use him. I got her built. What's her name? Melanie or fuck, I forget. Selena, that's it. And Close can use them. They're great on her, right? Chris can use them, but Lennon has Phalanx, right? And Crystal Moulders, I believe. So they're very, like, I would not build them, okay? And these guys, I would not build them either, because they're the best troops for Tiaras to increase her healing, but really you don't need them. So bishops for Licorice, and these guys no. So I would not even build them. So we're on to this part. Skeletons, they used to be good. They're not anymore. I would pass them. Yeah, don't even build them for PvE. Not good for PvP. These guys are actually, I know they are, warriors. Rainforest's best defensive units, helps them survive the most, but everybody else has better troops, so I will not build them. Hell Archers are good for PvE. Don't build them for PvP because they do fixed damage and they're demon, right? So they're pretty bad. So we're on to the more advanced nodes. So this one's really good actually for mages and demons. And since you'll be using mages, they're amazing. And the best demon troop are actually these guys. They're amazing. I use them. I use these top 3 heroes, and actually her too, right? I'm not gonna say the names. I just can't fucking handle all the names here. Yeah, just one sec. So werewolves are actually great for rush because they are one of 2 troops for juggler to rush with, right? As a cavalry, so they're amazing. They help him survive. They make Bernie like a god. Sonya can kill pretty easily with him, and I forget her name. Akaya can be pretty can hit pretty hard with him. I don't use these guys, so I can't say. But they are a very good rush troop. So you need these, right? For the demon and for the sorceress, for the mages. These guys, I haven't built them, so I can't talk about them. Or these guys too. But all I know is wizards are on a lot of heroes, but all these heroes have better troops, right? Especially Licorice. Licorice wants fucking those bishops, right? So let's move on to the next one. These are the best. I'd say they're the best troops in the game. With Phalanx, Royal Cav, right? So when you get a chance, build these ASAP. They are amazing. And look at how many heroes get them, right? Like, I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, and I would use Shrine in all of them at some point or another. Redeemers are supposed to be very good. They are Ledin's best troops, I hear. I only play, I guess I play these 3, but my Ledin's 5-star, so I don't play them much. Undead Knights, don't build them. There's better troops. There's Werewolves, right? So this is another really good ability. As you see, damage reduction, right? Very good. You can focus on that. Oh wait, hold on. No. I got it mixed up. Sorry. I mean this one. This is damage reduction. This. You could hold off on this. You don't need this. But this one is a must build, right? These ones are very easy to get. So build this. It's like one of the best nodes in the Holy Demon line. If you plan on doing werewolves, you will need this. It just makes them so much better, right? Warlocks. They are actually very tanky. And they do melee damage, so they are awesome on Bozel. This guy. Oldius, right? Like, who else is used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 are used. Patsirs is sometimes used in Apex. For PvE, they're good, but you could get Sorceress. Which, I haven't even seen Sorceress. What the fuck is Sorceress? Oh, here it is. Yeah. I was gonna say with Shrine Maidens, Phalanx, Royal Cav, Sorceress is probably one of the best troops in the game. Look at how many units get him. You could ride Sorceress for PvE on like any troop, and then you can finish any challenge. They're that good. For PvP, they're great, but they're sometimes better troops. And they fly, right? So they're amazing. Amazing. And for rush, I would actually use them on... I use them on my Iris when I rush. I don't use them on Licorice. Licorice uses bishops, but I use Luna with Licorice, so my Licorice always ends up moving more. But if you're not using Luna, they are definitely good on Licorice. And that's pretty much it. I haven't used Himiko yet in Apex. So we talked about this line. So this is meh. Like, I would not build it till the end. This is really good for the werewolves. If you plan on going all in on werewolves, definitely build this one. It's amazing. Again, we're doing demons, right? So demons are risky, but werewolves are so busted, man. They're so good. This is meh, just like this one, right? So build it at the end. Stats are... I'm not going to talk about too much about stats because you should be building stats first. So how you do troops, you build stats first while you're building troop types, right? These guys or like these guys. And then you build the nodes. So this one you would obviously do early. But all these other nodes, you would wait till after stats. Stats are absolutely the most important. And these ones are like way at the end. You do these ones, right? But they really do help. They make dudes so powerful, troops so powerful. These are the Forest Priests. You could definitely get them. They are Weiler, what's your name? Flo's best troops, right? For healing. They're also the best for Almeida. But over here, the only two that I use for rush are actually Deedlit and Flo, and I don't use them on Deedlit because Deedlit gets unicorns, right? So that's it for the holy tree. So let's go to assassin. Not over here. Let's go to assassin. I'm not gonna really talk about these. Sky archers are so good, guys. So good. I would definitely invest in them as a secondary troop type. If you're doing PvP and PvE, you could definitely go into... See, I want to say Lancer, but this I would put this third. But I don't use assassins, right? So I don't like assassins. I find them boring. They don't kill enough. They only can kill one at a time, right? But Sky Archers, like so many heroes can use Sky Archers, and they fly. So they're so good, right? Don't build these guys. These are, I mean, I'm not going to really talk about the early nodes. Like, you should be building them. These guys, I would not build them. The Faceless are an upgraded version of Bandit. So they're also SP Sigma's best troop. So if you're using SP Sigma, you could use SP Sigma in Rush. You should be playing the Faceless, right? But besides that, I don't know on who else. So this is a no-brainer. You want that, you want these, right? These are like very easily obtainable. You could grind these up pretty quick. So Bolt Rangers, they are amazing on Iris, on Tiaras, on Grenier, but Tiaras and Grenier are not used in PvP anymore, right? So essentially just for Iris. Like, yeah, you can basically get them for her. Demon Hunters, don't get Demon Hunters. They're so much better now. So this is kind of controversial, but Mist Dancers are AoE assassin, right? So look at here, who's AoE here? Himiko, she's got the goblins, right? Patsir can use them because they do give a random debuff on AoEs. I actually always use them on my Joshua. I use Joshua in Rush. You could use them on Olivier but Olivier is not used in PvP anymore, right? So same as Angelica, she's not used in PvP anymore. Or no, she never was, but you can use it on her. You could use it on. I'm talking about like PvE right now. You can use it on Almeida, and they are a really good AoE troop type, right? Besides that, for single target, other heroes have way better troops. So these two here are the best nodes in the Assassin Archer line, so definitely get them. If you do invest in this tree, definitely get this one and this one, because it's gonna help you. Again, I'm not gonna talk about the stats, because they're no brainer, man. Just get them. These guys, they're not good at all, actually. I thought they looked cool at the beginning, and I got them for like Kirikaze and Silverwolf, but they're just not good. I use them on Rainforest because it's the best he has. Shinobi are very good, but they're more of a PvE troop because people have bracers, man, and there's other ways to prevent fixed damage in PvP, so they're not good. They're just not good in PvP. Same as Firebrand Archers, snipers, they are actually Imelda's best troop for DPS. And yeah, I guess Archer Matthew can use them. Besides the other guys here, I think they all have better troops. But these guys do heavy fixed damage, so they're actually really good in PvE. I would not get them for PvP. And over here, this, you know what? I got this for Joshua because it's good, but I would not invest in this at the beginning. It's just not worth it. Because my Joshua here, I'll show you guys how my Joshua is, okay? Keep talking about him. I'm very proud of him. He's got me so many kills. He's demon, okay? And this is how I use my Joshua. So, as you see, I need all the bulk I can get from the fucking mist dancers, because I need them to survive to deal fucking huge AoE damage and then run away and shit, right? So that's why I invested in the weird assassin shit. And we're back here. So I would not get this, actually. It's not worth it. This is not worth it either. If you have nothing else to get, if you're like maxed out all your troops, you can get this. It's pointless. You know, only archer I use is like Sky Archer and fucking these guys. And these guys are also Alistriel's best. They're Archer Luna's best. This motherfucker's highest DPS. They are Cavalry Pole, you know, like 2 range D hearts, best troops, and I'd stop there actually. But they're huge upgrade over Demon Hunters, definitely. I don't use these guys. I heard that they're good. They do line moves, right? So I heard Lambda makes very good use of them, and they hit hard, right? These guys are mandatory. Again, they work with AoE like Mist Dancers, so they are actually Himiko's best units. And Magic Knight here, or Knight of Mystery, can use them too with her AoEs, right? So they're definitely worth it if you're investing in Himiko, and Himiko can be used in Rush. I haven't used her yet, but I've seen other people use her. So this is another Rush type troop, especially with the long legs. These are no-brainers. You should be getting these. They're absolutely so good, right? But Sky Archers, yeah, Scourgers and shit. So flyers. We'll go to flyers. I'm not gonna talk about the early nodes. Don't get these guys. Just don't get them. These guys are like upgraded version of that shit. Don't get these. Water boys aren't very good. There's good water boys, but there's only so few water boy heroes, and I'll talk about that soon. So Griffinites are actually one of the highest DPS flyers. So I use them on my Luna, Angelina, Claret. So definitely you can get them. Some of the mixed troops here, mixed heroes will have better troops. They're also Towa's best DPS. But they're more physical, right? They're like, I guess they're the physical version of Angels. Angels are like magic defense, right? These guys are physical defense. Let's see. Don't get Vampire Bats. This was like the first year of Langrisser. This is what people got, you know, on Leon and shit, and Ultimiller. It was great on Sonya. Don't get Holy Pegasus. I'm gonna advise against it. You know why? There's no attack multiplier here. Okay, go to Griffin Knight. Loomis actually helped me realize this. Look at Griffin Knight. 30% attack, right? I know there's a condition there, but these guys don't get him. Sure, when they're attacking, they get 50% damage reduction, but that's shit. That's not very good. Lobsters are kind of out of fashion right now. Who the fuck uses lobsters, right? Jug uses werewolves. Fucking Angelina's a flyer, so nobody really uses lobsters anymore, so they're done. Leviathans, I can't really talk for them. I've seen fucking Omega use them, and you can use Omega in Rush and on those water stages. I guess you could use Leviathan, but you need like this shit, and then you need like this shit, right? So not sure about Leviathan. Angels, I'd say one of the top units, maybe top 10 troops. You should definitely invest in them. They're actually a magic defense tank troop for Emmerich. Leon's best flyer for mixed troops. Sherry can use them with Griffinites depending on the scenario. But again, we're talking PvP, so like PvP, Ares uses better troops. Angelina uses Griffinites. And these are Rush. And Leon would actually use those Mech Knights, right? So they're not really... I'd put them more for like non-Rush type boxes. It'd be good in PvP and it'd be good in PvE, right? I've never built Gargoyle, and I play Rush, so I don't know. Are they good or not? So we'll talk about the nodes. This is one of the best flying nodes. You gotta get this. Absolutely get it. Like, first thing on this line, right? This is, again, meh. I'm just like, eh. It's not amazing. But you can definitely start getting it at the end of your nodes, right? I don't use water boys, so they're not very Rush. I built these guys for shelf, and I'm like, oh man, they got one range. So I don't know. I'd say don't build them. Dragon Troopers, if fucking Claret could use them, I would have built them right away. But Claret cannot use them. And over here, like, who's Rush here? I guess Towa could Rush. So, might be her best troops for Towa. Yeah, like, Towa can travel pretty far, right? It's probably Ultimiller's highest DPS, Sherry's highest DPS, but they're not consistent, right? This is, like, you need to move 5. So, it's like Heaven's Guard, but for flyers. So this is meh, I'd say. It's for like Leon and Lanford, Helena, Rosalia. So it adds a touch to their bulk, but it's not necessary to rush and kill people. Now these guys, these are required for rush. Ares needs them. Vincent needs them. He's got better. I think she has better. I know it's Rian's. Yes, I see Rian. Excuse me. I know it's Rian's one of his bulky troop types, so works for him. But this is another rush troops. These are no-brainers. Again, like, I don't use water boys, so I just stopped with this one. Fuck it. I went all the way with flyer. So let's go Cav. If you're Russian, guys, Cavalry was the first line that I maxed out, because Cavalry has so many stupidly powerful nodes and rush troops. Like, don't get these guys. If you got these guys, you can rush with Sherry, because Sherry's flying, right? But she becomes grounded with the Dragoons, so she could use them. And that's pretty much it. Towa too. Towa as well. I'm talking about Luna. You know how Luna does her 3C? And other troops can get right through, so that could work in rush. Although not the greatest. It's kind of like mediocre. These nodes, like, you should be maxing these out at the beginning anyways. I'm not going to talk about them. These are strictly PvP troops. They're also good, really good in challenges with demons, in time trials with demons. They're Landius's magic defense troops. I also use them on Sumeria for rush. They're great as a magic defense troop because I use them as spear. Per spear, right? So this is Cav. Besides that, Rosalia can use them. If there's a lot of mages, she could totally use these troops. It's either Griffin Knights, Heaven's Guard. Does she have Heaven's Guard? I'm not sure. We'll see. And Templar Knights, right? That's what Rosalia wants. Liana can use them and it's hilarious, but just watch out for terrain. That's the thing about Cavalry, right? It's all about terrain. These guys are amazing. So if you're doing turn 1 rushes with Jug, it's one of his 2 best troops. You could literally plop Jug in the middle of everybody. Here, I'll show you what I use on Jug. Because he's not Cav right now, he doesn't have his gear, but fucking this chick here, where is she? Brenda has his gear, but I use the boots, so he can go even farther, right? So you can go 5, jump at 3, so that's 8 spaces, move 2 more, so that's 10 spaces, right? And with Balance Blade, you end up doing fucking so much dog debuffs, right? It's really, really good, actually, in PvP, but they're not the strongest troops, right? So you need to really risk assess here. Are werewolves better? Is he gonna die when I jump in with werewolves? Can I follow up with the whole team after the dogs, right? Because this is big. Minus 20% damage. I mean, yeah, it's huge. Obviously on challenges and H's Beckoning, on bosses, you want these guys. They're so good. I've cheesed so many challenges with them. I just throw them on like Sony or something, and I play Princess, and it's just crushing, right? Again, on her, for like H's Beckoning, it's amazing. Bone Dinos, I never got them. You could totally do Rush, but all these guys have better troops. So let's go here. This one, if you're doing Rush, you could follow up with a Cavalry troop and this is actually really helps your damage. So this one's obviously better, but this is like next in line, right? This is probably the best one in like cavalry, right? Oh wait, no, this is wrong. This one. So this is just damage taken, so it just increases your like beefiness. But if you're going cavalry, you want to build that shit, right? So this one's really good. So Heaven's Guard, if you're doing rush, fuck guys, it's so good. Okay, so you're doing rush in Apex, and they put you on that plains map, you know, with barely any obstacles. Fucking throw it on Luna, throw it on Claret, throw it on fucking Ares, and Ares can suddenly move 11 with Luna's wind ride, right? So it's so good. Yeah, I thought so. Roselia can use him. It's Roselia's best troop for DPS, highest amount of damage, right? Lanford can use him. I actually use Cavalry Lanford for a PvE. They're just the strongest cavalry troop for like DPS, and they're really good. So if you're planning on doing rush, definitely build. Royal Cav are great, but they're more of a tank unit, right? So they are Hilda's, Landius, and Emmerich's best troops. One of their best troops, right? I've never built Guardian Cavalry, so I can't really talk about it. So we'll go over the nodes again. So this is, yeah, see like Cavalry gets so much DPS. The build order, I'd say this, then this, so it's number 2, then this, right? Again, I'm not talking about the stats. Stats are, you should always build the stats first with the troops, and then build the nodes. So I'm basically talking about for like endgame here. So we get to the best, probably the best top 10. Unicorn's top 10. The only problem with Unicorn, not enough heroes get him, right? So it's Angelina's best. I would say Flyer Angelina with unicorns and fucking Luna's wind ride. She can fly around the whole map. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. It's that good. For Yulia can walk around anywhere. For fucking Night of Mystery, she like jumps around everywhere, right? It's her best troop. For D-Lit, it's her best troop, right? So definitely Unicorn is an absolute must. Mech Knight, if you're doing rush with Leon and Lanford, you need these for Leon. Leon is you need to build them like weird for rush with Balance Blade and 3C and Breeze and shit, right? So definite on Leon. Werner is an enabler like Luna, like Estelle, like Akaya. So I don't use him, but I've seen him used. He is the enabler, and he needs Mech Knights. Like you need these guys to actually operate in rush. So they're a must build, right? So like as you see, Cavalry has a lot of troops that you can build to make yourself deadly attacking in rush. And Scorpion, I don't use them. Their Vargas is only Cavalry, but I would not get him, guys. There's like so much better to get. This is pretty self-explanatory. Get it. So we get the spears. One of the top 5 troops in the game. Phalanx. Get Phalanx. Like you should be gunning for this and Shrine Mating right at the beginning of the game. So I'd say if you're starting the game, start with these 2 lines here. 1, 2, right? And then you can just work your way down. I'm not going to talk about these, pretty self-explanatory. Don't get them. No, sorry, I mean get them. Build these like first, right? These guys, PvP troops. I would not get them if you're doing rush. I got them because I could. Amazon Champions, they're actually not bad. If you're doing rush though, who could use them here? You need long legs, right? Sumira can use them, but she also has phalanx, so you gotta pick, right? You want phalanx on Sumira or you want DPS. They actually do more damage than phalanx, so another reason to get them. Like Sumira with Apex boots and Strike can move 7, right? Yeah, she can move 7 and hit at 9 spaces, so you could definitely use her for rush. I don't use Aryan Rod, but I've seen people rush with Aryan Rod as well. Yeah, it's her best for PvE. It's like Chris's best spears. I know it's Yulia's best spears for PvE. And I'll stop there. Lava Titans, you could totally cheese PvE with this, but there are better troops for these guys. But again, you like this fucking thing is so good. Fixed damage. This is PvP, but it's not for rush. It's for Jug to survive against Elwyn. That's all it's for. Besides that, I think all these guys get better troops. We'll go here. Okay, so this is a must if you're using Lancers. I would hand this right away. This is so-so. Like, you can wait on this one. Because if you're using Phalanx, you're not going to really need this. But again, if you're going all out, endgame, you want this, right? These guys are meh. I just got them for Leonhardt, and I had the materials, so I just dumped in them. It's the only spear unit for Leonhardt. Again, Leonhardt is rush, so he also gets these guys. I believe they are better. So you might want to invest in these guys. If you're doing rush with Leonhardt, right? Because Leonhardt uses, I believe, uses sword and spear type troops. These guys are PvP. They're not PvE, right? And they're not rush. So I don't know much about them. Crystal Moulders, I hear, are the best spear magic defense troops. So they also seem really good for PvE. They do a lot of damage, right? But they're not rush. These guys are amazing. I use them on my Landius and my Amelia, but they're more like a PvE type troop. Because you'll never be at 100% life, right? In PvP. So they're not rush. Okay, so I'll talk about... So this is something else you want to get if you're using Spear for rush. So this is the best one. Then I'd say this. Then these ones are like meh, right? Again, I'm not talking about stats. Stats you should always gun for first. Then pick up nodes, right? In that order. Okay, and we come to the last sword troop. So I can't really talk for sword because I just started building him. I basically went all out on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and just like ignored sword, right? Because I rush. And I'll say it now, sword troops are the least important for the rush. These guys are some of the best swords. So definitely you could invest in these two, and they're pretty good from what I hear. Heavy infantry. I will be getting them for D-Lit because I believe it's D-Lit's only sword type, right? As you see, like this line, I'm just working on stats first, right? The nodes, I've just ignored them. I got them to 5. I got these to 3, right? Because they don't need SSRs, and I got these to 3. Just because again, they don't need SSRs. So as you see how I'm working here, I maxed out these things, right? Like this. Then I started working on stats, right? Because look, I'm just working on stats until I hit 70. First I hit 55, 30, like 33. Then I went for this like stat percentage. That's what's gonna make it powerful. The mass maids, I don't think that they're required. Orcs, again, like, I'm not talking about experience. I don't want to give out false info here, but I know Dark Guard deal a shit ton of damage and they're pretty bulky. These guys are bulky too. These guys deal DPS. These were Sigma's best troops until he went SP. These are upgraded versions of the Berserkers. And I wouldn't even invest in them. And this, you want to do this at the end for stats, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to work on stats. And then work on this. Then I'll do the nodes. And I want to talk about the nodes here. This one seems pretty good. I think this one might be the best node for sword. Oh my god, all these fucking pop-ups. Yeah, see, like... Okay, so this is actually amazing. Look at that, look at that. Just increases your damage, right? Plus it's only one space away, so if your ally is 2 spaces away and then you attack with your dude, you'll do a lot of damage. But yeah, so for rush guys, it's all turn 1, right? So if you're doing rush, you want cavalry, you want flying, you want like assassins, you want mage and holy. Spear and sword are less good for rush. So that's where I'm gonna end the video. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hope this video helps you become a better rush player. If you want to see more rush, just watch my Apex videos. It's like all I do, right? So I'm not gonna play anything here because you can just go watch my streams, right? But yeah, until next time, peace out.